the next 6 months? Is there something at golf Saturday? Is there something at golf Saturday?
Oh, there's a bunch of places to golf on Saturday. You can make that happen.
See ya.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 2020 Ebonite Fall Classic. These are the finals. It's an interesting finals that we have here in the Greater Iowa Bowling Association for the two major events of the year, the Ebonite Fall Classic and the Ebonite Winter Classic. I'm Mike Flanagan from InsideBowling.com, and I'm welcoming you in here today. This is the 14th time we've streamed an event up here for this, and we certainly appreciate you being here with us for sure. As we say goodbye to some of the folks that are departing, we had over 205 entries here this weekend. We were down to the top 10. And the way this works is you're seeing two matches at once here, and I've built your scoreboards as best as I possibly can here for you. And what we have here is we have the 8 versus 9 qualifiers out of 205 bowlers over the course of 13 games of qualifying, 7 yesterday and 6 this morning. And we have Jerry Mars, the number 10 seed, taking on Clay Reese, the number 7 seed, on lanes 13 and 14. And this is single elimination. Over on lanes 15 and 16, we have Colin Smith taking on Anthony Dodge. And Colin Smith came in as the 8 seed and Anthony Dodge as the 9 seed. So what will happen is the winner of each match will then flip to the other pair and will then draw the 5th and 6th seeds, which the 5th seed is Darren Bloomquist and the 6th seed is Rob Warren. They will then bowl each other, and we will then move to lanes 17 and 18 to determine who will win out of this bracket of these 6 bowlers. That person will become the number 5 seed in a traditional stepladder format, and that bowler will then go on to take on our number 4 qualifier, Nick Heilman. The winner of that match will take on our number 3 qualifier, Cameron Crow. And then the winner of that match will go on to take on our 2nd qualifier, Nate Stubler. And then the winner of that will take on our tournament leader, Matt McNeil. The tournament format this weekend, 7 games and 6 games, has been very, very low scoring, very demanding oil pattern this weekend. Just for instance, at the end of the whole thing, there were 24 players plus in the entire tournament of a 200 score. So very demanding, 2-to-1 ratio pretty much, pretty safe to say, 41 feet in length, almost 30 milliliters of oil. And we're glad you're with us this afternoon as I explain the entire format for you. And now we can get down to some of the action here and talk about the players. And as you can see, Clay Reese, he's from Utah, and I'm actually from Utah as well. He's on the left side of your screen. He's pretty deep now. Clay bowled 212 the last game to solidify a space here. He had to re-enter the tournament and bowled really well last night, got himself in position to be able to bowl in this. He's no stranger to this sort of format. He bowls a lot of tournaments all throughout the country, and Clay can play, and he's a joy to watch, so it'll be fun to watch him as he takes on Jerry Mars, who just recently won the 11thframe.com Open tournament that's also ran by Joe Engelkiss, the Jeff Riggles event. They work on that together, and he won that event, and he's been bowling really, really well. But he did bowl 153 the last game. He was well in position and now qualifies in on the number after bowling 153. So he's kind of got nothing to lose here, Jerry Mars. He's been bowling really, really well. And then next door over on 15 and 16, as you can see, this is Anthony Dodge. And I don't know a whole lot about Anthony, but I do know that today down the stretch, he did exactly what he needed to do to get in here to be able to make it into our modified stepladder here. So it's going to be fun to watch him, get familiar with Anthony Dodge a bit. He did open in the first frame. He missed a single pin, and now he's throwing at a 3-6. Checking the footwork a little bit, and he's taken on Colin Smith. And Colin Smith bowled 253 the 5th game today to move from 17th to 9th, and then bowled 212 the last game to solidify himself in as the ace seed. So he has bowled really well the last 2 games and has a lot of momentum coming in. And now Anthony Dodge has missed 2 spares, completely flagged 2 spares, and has 17 in the second. So early in that match, Colin Smith rolling right along. Meanwhile, in what I consider would be a little more of a competitive match here, I know these players more, Clay Reese and Jerry Mars. This should be a nice dogfight here. Clay with 9 spare to open up the match, and Jerry Mars with the open and then a double to make up for it. And that's what you want to do. You want to double when you open. If you can get a double to make up for your open, that's typically kind of the little rule that advanced bowlers like to say to themselves, and Jerry's been able to do that. So here's Anthony Dodge. We got to see if this guy can get on the strike wagon, and he can. So here he goes. He's worked his butt off here on this demanding condition to get here, so he deserves to be here. Hopefully he can get it turned around after those couple open frames. So here's Clay Reese. He happens to be in a Utah Jazz themed jersey, the mountain theme, from the Karl Malone and John Stockton days. So pretty cool jersey he's got on. He's a member of Storm staff as well. Nice shot for Clay getting on the strike wagon himself. And now here's Colin Smith, and I've been really impressed with him down the stretch here. He was right through our live stream pairs, got a chance to watch him. Notice the nice form, stays down through the shot. Young player. And he's got 2 out of 3 strikes, and he's doing well against Anthony Dodge early in the match. You know, this tournament wouldn't be possible without our great sponsors that we have here, and of course Ebonite, the title sponsor. If you're looking for a new bowling ball purchase, as we all are all the time, we'd like for you to consider an Ebonite bowling ball. Part of the Brunswick family of brands. Appreciate their sponsorship of this event all weekend long, and doing both this one in September and in February, thanks to Ebonite and the folks up in Muskegon that are now operating the Ebonite brand, and the entire team in Muskegon as part of the Brunswick family of brands. So thank you to them. We also want to thank Brandon Steen and the folks at USA Mortgage, the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Budweiser and Bud Light, the OP Restaurant on Ridgeway, Allen's Hunting and Fishing Guide Service, the Hampton Inn, that's where I stay every time I'm here, and of course our new sponsor as well, Quick Star Convenience Marts here in the Waterloo area. So thanks to all the sponsors for making things possible. Also, if you'd like to support our stream, you can by liking and subscribing to our channel, number 1. And number 2, you can also check out our merch store over on InsideBowling.com. Use coupon code YouTube to save 15%, and that's good all the time. If you're looking for a cool gift for a bowler, check out InsideBowling.com. It does help support what we do here, and we do appreciate it very much. Oh, man, Anthony Dodge here. Through the face, maybe he can get on the board here with his first sideways line, his first spare. Clay Reese with the 7 spare. He's cleaned through 4 frames. Jerry Mars now through the face for a 6-10. Glad you're with us. I want to thank everybody for watching and sharing the stream. Those of you that have been in the chat all weekend, I've really enjoyed our time. And Anthony Dodge still cannot get on the board with a spare. He chops the 4 right off of the 7 there. Hope you're doing well on this Sunday afternoon. We got started here just a little after 1 o'clock. One of the big storylines here this weekend has been the left-handers. Our top 3 bowlers are all left-handed. Matt McNeil, Nate Stubler, and Cameron Crow, all using urethane and all left-handed. Can a right-hander, such as Nick Heilman, our number 4 seed, or Darren Bloomquist, or Rob Warren, or Clay Reese, or Colin Smith, can one of these guys, or Jerry Mars, can one of these guys overtake the lefties here this weekend? Kind of the big story. Anthony Dodge is on the board with a spare. All right, Jerry Mars covers it up. We got a pretty even match over on 13 and 14, 15 and 16, a little more lopsided. Colin Smith has an opportunity here to step up in the 5th frame and throw a triple and take a commanding lead in this match. Talk a little bit about the prize fund, everybody. Up top, $3,000 up for grabs. 2nd place, $2,300. 3rd, $1,700. 4th, $1,400. 5th, $1,200. 6th is going to take home $1,000. The 7th and 8th positions are going to receive $850, and the losers of these matches are each going to take home $750 for their $160 entry fee that they paid to be part of this event. If you're looking for more information about these events and how you can get entered or be a part of what they're doing up here in Iowa, you can head over to the Greater Iowa Bowling Association's Facebook page, or you can also go to their website at giba-bowling.com. They also have an Instagram account now. Make sure you support them and check out what they're doing so you can be notified of when there's a tournament coming up if you might want to shoe up and be part of it. So Clay's through the face, leaves just the 6-pin. Now here's Colin Smith up on the left lane looking for a 4-bagger. And again, I cannot stress enough how impressed I've been with this young man down the stretch. 250 and 212. Went from 17th into the number and stayed there. And he's got a good look on the lanes from deep inside angle. And I just like how calm he is. I like how he's really stable at the line. Good posture. Isn't falling off shots. And now here's Clay Reese. It just goes right by the 6-pin. I talked to Clay right after he finished the last game because he missed 2 single-pin spares in his last game. It could have been much bigger than what he bowled. But he bowled enough to get in. But he said he left a spare ball at home. He brought a urethane ball to throw at spares, and he's having a hard time picking spares right now. And it's rolling over into this, the most important time of the day. Clay Reese is kind of a train wreck at single-pin spares right now. That's not a good thing. All right, Clay crosses over. That is one thing we've also seen this weekend is when these bowlers miss, the right-handed bowler in particular, when they miss in, it hooks so much that they end up going Brooklyn. And Anthony Dodge's spare shooting, this is one of the most atrocious spare shooting displays I've ever seen on a live stream match when we get down to a point where you've worked so hard all weekend. And it just goes to show how important spares are. I know that he's getting ran over here by Colin Smith, who's got 5 out of 6 strikes, but I mean, you've missed 1, 2, 3, 4 makeable spares now, Anthony. Not a good showing at all by Anthony Dodge. I can tell you this guy can play, otherwise he wouldn't be here in this spot, but he is just, I don't know if it was the break and only a couple of practice shots that did it to him. I don't know if he's checked out. I don't know what has happened here, but he is just not the Anthony Dodge that we saw in qualifying. Okay, Jerry Mars makes a good shot there, leaves a 7-pin. Oh, he can pick that spare, though. Just got to challenge him a little bit, I guess. I don't know Anthony very well, but I do know he's a good player. Some folks here told me all about him, and you got to be a good player to make it into this top 10 after 205 entries. So I'm not dogging on the guy, but it's just not a very good showing here in the finals for sure. Shout out to the folks here at Cadillac XBC and the work that they've done to enhance the center during the COVID pandemic. They were shut down for a little bit. They redid some countertops, redid their bar area. Place looks great. Lane surface is great. And they improved their internet as well. They got a new pipe into the building, so we'd have a nice, clean feed this weekend. I cannot thank the folks here at Cadillac XBC for all the work that they do to have a great bowling center here in the area. And they're rebuilding Maple Lanes. They're rebuilding the bowling center that burnt down, and they're going to have that thing open up next year in 2020. So some good news here in Iowa. Clay trips out the 4-pin late. And we've got ourselves a match over here on 13 and 14. We've got a max score for Jerry Mars at, looks like 226, and for Clay, 237. So 11-pin max score difference, and the spare shooting woes continue on 15 and 16. Now a chopped spare by Colin Smith. Not that it really matters, but spare shooting, really important in tournaments, especially on flat patterns. If you're going to win this event and be able to battle it up out of this, you're going to have to be better at your spare shooting. That is for sure. And we've seen 3 guys out of the 4 here missing easy spares. There's Clay with a trip 2 forward. Parlaying some breaks together after going Brooklyn over there, and now tripping a 2-pin. This goes to show how difficult this lane pattern is. Very difficult. All right, Colin Smith up on lane 15. Pretty much just on cruise control here, but you definitely want to have that confidence. And he puts 10 back there. So he's in a position now after another shot. He could switch balls. He could see what else he's got out there. But keep in mind they are going to switch lanes. They're going to go from Colin Smith, if he wins on 15 and 16, which he should, he'll go over to 13 and 14. And the winner on 13 and 14 will go over to 15 and 16. And they will, again, just a reminder, they will then take on Darren Bloomquist and Rob Warren. Then after that match, they'll move over to 17 and 18 to continue their play. Well, Anthony, you're going to have an opportunity to learn from this, that's for sure. It'll be a learning experience for you. And you're going to have 750 bones to go home with. Jerry Mars wraps at 10 pin. Really good shot by Jerry. So now Clay Reese is in control of his match. Jerry Mars, the best he can bowl is 206 now. And he's up right away throwing it to spare. Picks it up no problem. Anthony Dodge, another spare up on the board. Something to build off of here a little bit. Anthony Dodge can still bowl 168 as his max score. Let's see if he can throw the last 4 here. Save a little face here on camera. It looks pretty good. All right, Clay Reese now. He can still bowl 247. So a strike here pretty much locks up the match here for Reese. But anything can happen. This guy's a wild card. He gets a little grabby with it. He could leave Greek Church, big split. He leaves a single pin. He could flag it. I mean, anything can happen with Reese, but he's been right around 200 all day, so we should see him bowl at least 200 here. All right, so 2-5 for Clay Reese. So he's going at a 205 pace now. Jerry Mars can bowl 206 if he strikes out in the 10th frame. So here we go. Here we go. And then the spare shooting, as I said, has been very suspect for Clay. And he's thinking about it, too. He was talking to me about it down here. I didn't bring my spare ball. All I got is a urethane ball. Right side spares have been an issue. Left side spares not as much. But let's see what happens here for Reese. Okay. All right. I'll tell you right now, he's breathing a lot easier after that one. All right, here we go. Colin Smith up on lane 16. Misses the headband. He's looking at his thumb. I'm not sure what that really means here, but all right. So here's the situation for Clay Reese. He can take control of this match. He can. Everything's in his hands, is what I'm trying to say. If he doubles in the 10th frame, he is going to beat Jerry Mars. He needs a double and 2 pins to beat Jerry Mars. Anything less, Jerry Mars can go up in the 10th frame and can defeat Clay Reese. All starts here. First shot. Ooh, a trip 4-pin for Clay Reese. Good shot by Clay. Colin Smith just hooks by the head pin, misses the head pin on the right and the left in the same frame. He's got 202 left. He's going to advance. Congratulations to him. Anthony Dodge is going to go home, receive $750, but all eyes are on Clay Reese now. He's got 195 up on the board there. If he fills 10, it puts him at 205. Jerry Mars can strike out for 206. If Clay Reese strikes on this ball and can keep it on the lane, he will advance. Big shot here for Clay. He's gone Brooklyn on this lane. He's tripped a 2-pin. He's tripped a 4-pin. He's been flush. What's he going to do here on this shot? Okay, through the face for a 610. So if he converts that, he'll have 205. And Jerry Mars is going to have that situation that every youngster has done time and time again and said to themselves, pretending like you're bowling on television or in a big match, you got to go up in the 10th frame and deliver 3 strikes to win. And that's the situation we have here for Jerry Mars. It's always exciting whenever that happens, and we're about to see how Jerry Mars can step up and perform. Clay Reese finishes with 205. And again, just a lesson for you at home. He missed a single pin spare. And this match would have been completely locked up if he'd have made that spare. So very difficult here. I would say Jerry Mars' chances of throwing 3 strikes in the 10th frame are at about 60%. Oh, wow. He gets the first one. That's not the big one. That's not the... You got to have it. That's not the big one. This one here elevates pressure by about 200% on the second shot. But Jerry's fired up after that 153 the last game. He's disappointed in his own bowling over on 17 and 18 where he bowled 153. And by the way, if he advances through this round, he'll have to go through 17 and 18 again where he just bowled 153. But right now, to stay alive in the match, he's got to have this strike. Through the face for a 6-pin, and Jerry Marr's day is over. His day is over. He will finish in the 9th and 10th positions. Had an opportunity to go up in the 10th frame and strike out, did not do it. Clay Reese dodges a bullet by missing the single pin, but he's going to advance. Clay Reese advances, as well as Colin Smith are going to advance. They're going to take on Rob Warren and Darren Bloomquist. We'll have that coming up here for you in just a little bit. I want to congratulate again Anthony Dodge for an excellent tournament, and to Jerry Mars for an excellent tournament as well. Both players, again, on their $160 entry. They both take home $750 for their efforts. So it's 205 to 196. Clay Reese over Jerry Mars, and 192 to 146. Colin Smith over Anthony Dodge. I will have the next matches for you here in just a little bit here on Inside Bowling. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be right back. While the players are practicing and getting ready with 2 balls on each lane, I want to welcome everybody back to the 2020 Ebonite Fall Classic. And I also want to talk about a really cool promotion that we're doing here, a little plug for a new service that we have called Backstage Bowling. Backstage Bowling is an online coaching membership featuring Mike Jasnow, Mike Shady, Brian and Shannon O'Keefe. And we've got a special going on here in honor of this tournament, thanks to our sponsors, Ebonite. We would like to give you the opportunity to win the new Ebonite Aero bowling ball. It's a special giveaway if you sign up for an annual or 2-year membership this weekend, and you can use coupon code SAVE20. You have an opportunity to win this bowling ball. We're going to draw tomorrow night within our group. On the live stream, you'll be able to check it out, and we have a 7-day free trial. If you're not happy, you can cancel at any time. You will not be charged. It's an opportunity to win a bowling ball and take a look and trial and sample our Backstage Bowling. We've been having a great time with it. We love the product, and we know you will too. So go and take advantage of that. You can sign up at InsideBowling.com or go to BackstageBowling.com. It's the same link, and it'll take you there. And we appreciate everybody that signed up this weekend. We're just trying to help you bowl better. And it's a really fun online community where we share a lot of knowledge with you, and you have direct access to our coaches. A couple more balls each for the players, and we will be ready to go here. So the way it shakes out is we have Darren Bloomquist, our number 5 seed, is taking on Colin Smith, the number 8 seed, and Rob Warren, our number 6 seed, taking on the number 7 seed, Clay Reese. Be interesting to see how these players switch lanes and see how they play pair to pair. That's one thing throughout this entire Stepladder. We move pairs every single time. Makes it tough on us moving cameras and everything, but it makes it really exciting for the bowlers and pair to pair. Nobody can get locked in a Stepladder. You got to go to a different pair every time. So the top seed wins more than you would think in a normal setting because there's no advantage with knowing the pair going in or getting hot on the pair. And that's why they do that here. It's a unique format. It's always been this way for 18 events in a row now, 18 of these. Joe's coming up on 20. I asked him about event 12 when he was going to retire and stop doing it. And he's like, I don't know. I think he was on the fence, but now he's just got to keep it going, keep the momentum going. Clay Reese has switched balls. I've noticed that. Do want to thank everybody for joining me in the chat. I'm checking in on you guys now. Haven't had an opportunity to really do so. Hello to Scott. Hello to Shane. Hello to Molly. Hello to Brendan, David, Mark, Richard. Everybody's been here this weekend. You guys are great. It's been a great weekend. Thank you to everybody that's ordered on Inside Bowling, picked up some merch. Use the coupon code YouTube for 15%. Nice discount. Thanks for those of you that signed up for Backstage Bowling. Thanks for those of you that have been checking out all our sponsors. Hitting that GIBA website, checking out what's going on. Looking at future events. Come up and bowl some of these events. They're great. They're really great. Okay, here we go. I think it's time. Here we go. We got some knucks going around. We got some face masks on. Got some elbowing going on. Here we go. Welcome back to the finals, everybody. Here we are. Rob Warren's going to get things kicked off. Rob Warren is plus 130 for 13 games in the tournament. That's easy to do that math. That's a 210 average. Warren comes in light for the 2-pin. Taking on Clay Reese. Rob Warren, a member of Nicholas J's Pro Shop team, part of the squad up in Wisconsin. This guy can play. He's a really good player. And it looks like our pace is going to be a little more deliberate here to start. All right, how about that? We're 1 for 1 on spares, everybody. That's a good start this time. All right, and here's our man Colin Smith. A little bit younger matchup over here on 13 and 14. See if he can keep the momentum going after his win he just came off of against Anthony Dodge. So a 7 count comes in light. We saw him hitting the pocket consistently on 15 and 16. This pair could be a little bit tighter just looking at that shot if he threw it well. Clay Reese has switched balls. I don't know if he's balled up or balled down. My guess is he's balled up from what I can tell from the markings on this ball. So maybe, not sure. Looked really good by Clay on that shot. And an open frame. Colin Smith, makeable spare, missed. Clay sliding in the left gutter. Ooh, can't quite get the 2-pin to fall. He's going to have his hands full against Rob Warren. Now here's Darren Bloomquist, the name that a lot of guys in the chat weren't aware of. Young player. He's got a nice game. Now here's Clay. He's been having problems at spares, but let's see if we can get this one. No problem for Clay. Let's take a look at, I want to check my replay anyway. Let's take a look at Bloomquist. Look at that, down and through. Really nice form. 10 back. And I believe he's throwing urethane. Ooh, okay. All right. Take that break. And they must be friends down there because they're giving knucks on every shot here. So Bloomquist opens with a double. Colin Smith with an open. See Rob Warren crossing over now. All right. Colin Smith on the strike train. 13 and 14. Rob Warren picking up his spare. Just to let you know what's going to happen after this, folks, the winners of each one of these matches are going to move over to lanes 17 and 18, and they're going to bowl against each other to determine who is going to be the number 5 seed, the number 5 seed of our traditional stepladder. And they will bowl in the first match against the number 4 qualifier, Nick Heilman, who was 189 over. And the winner of that match will take on Cameron Crow, who was 214 over. And then second, it was Nate Stubler at 397 over. And our top seed is Matt McNeil at plus 424. So Colin Smith getting it going now with a big double up there. That was really important after coming off that open frame. Colin's done a lot of striking here in 2 games. Now Rob Warren looking for his first strike. Just keeping it around the pocket, and he does. 9 spare strike. These guys from Nicholas J. Pro Shop, they don't have high rev rates necessarily. They're kind of just methodical in what they do. But they will 2-0 to 220 you to death. And Heilman, number 4 seed, is exactly the same type of bowler. They will 200 to 220 you to death. I got to tell you though, Darren Bloomquist, I'm impressed. This guy's got great form. His repeatability of shots is incredible. He was the number 4 seed, but he got overtaken by Nick Heilman in the last game today. He would have been sitting and waiting, but now he's got to battle his way through this. It doesn't look like he really cares because he's been perfect through 3 frames. Back over to Reese on 16. You know, I like Clay's ball reaction a lot better with this ball. I don't know if it's the markings on the ball, but to me it looks like it's going more forward through the pins. It's going to wrap less corner pins. Going to trip more 4 pins. I like the move here, Clay. Just show you how hard this oil pattern is. You know, Darren missed a little right, it looked like. And now he's staring at a 7 count. And Colin Smith is on the bench right now saying, it's game on. It's game on. Because if that guy just keeps striking, it's tough to overcome, especially on such a flat pattern. All right, well, hey, how about that? That's a victory for Clay Reese. He's got back-to-back spares, everybody. He's got 9 crooked lines up there. Twice back-to-back. So even though he'd like to strike, I'm sure that's a moral victory for himself. He's got a lot of bowling left to do if he's going to take home this title. And that's a momentum builder. How about that spare? Nice spare, Darren. I keep wanting to refer to Reese as John Stockton in this jersey here. Beautiful shot by Clay Reese. Okay, so here we go. We got Colin now. He's flirting with this ball return. You know, he kind of looks like Chris Vi a little bit. His body makeup reminds me of Chris Vi. Obviously, he's a traditional bowler, doesn't throw it with 2 hands or anything, but just from this angle, I'm about 3 pairs away. You look like Chris Vi up there. Another shot in the pocket leaves the 9-pin. Here's Rob Warren. Got an opportunity to throw his first double in the match. through the face for 6-10. You know, these right-handers are going to have to figure out a line to the pocket that they can string some strikes if they're going to get through this lefties murderers row with top seed Matt McNeil, Nate Stubler, and Cameron Crowe. I'm going to tell you, if somebody comes up and can take down those three guys, you earn this title today. Spare shooting has improved here in the finals this game. Glad you're with us. Mike here with you from Inside Bowling. I want to welcome in almost 500 viewers here today. Thank you so much for watching some bowling here today. We know you have a lot of options, especially with the NFL going on today. Terrence McKinney giving me a little bit of insight here in the chat that Bloomquist threw urethane all day, only moving a couple boards during the entire day. And that's very much like Matt McNeil's entire weekend, throwing urethane the entire time. All right, Rob Warren with a 10-pin there. Again, like I said, 2-0 to 220 to death. That's what he's going to give you. He's going to give you 2-0 to 220, demanding lane condition. He's going to be around the pocket. He's going to pick his spares. That's what he's going to do. Ooh, wow. Okay, Colin. So about halfway through each match. It's anybody's match both ways. Close matches here, everybody. We've got one missed makeable, and that was in the first frame by Colin Smith. Everybody else has been filling their frames. Let's take a look at Bloomquist. Maybe either a little left to target or a little slow. Clay's taking his time, taking plenty of time here. Clay's kind of a quirky bowler. I really like his form. I really like the way that he bowls. He's been a force in Utah for a long time. One of the guys to beat. He and his buddy Chucky Grody came up with Cameron Foster. Shout out to everybody in Utah that's watching Clay today. Ooh. He loves it. How's Craig Harrington doing? A legend in Utah. Filling frames across both pairs. Clay's been able to string some strikes here in the finals. He's got a double up, looking for the triple here. Going through his pre-shot routine. Swings the ball for part of his pre-shot routine as well. Gets him ready to go. Wow. Beautiful shot by Reese. So Rob Warren's going to have to figure out a way to strike. That is for sure. He's only got 1 through 5 frames. Now an errant shot by Darren. My guess is Rob Warren finds a way to strike right here. No, high again. Really surprised at that. I don't know if you would increase your speed a little bit, move a little bit left, open up the oil pattern a little bit. I'm not sure what Rob's doing there, if he's just missing his target. All right, we got a spare for Darren. And a spare by Rob. I want to go back and take a look at this Clay Reese shot again. Look where he's playing. Keeping it right, tight in the middle of the lane. Rob Warren can max for 236. Clay Reese can still bowl 269. All right, Colin Smith with a nice shot there. And we've got ourselves a 7-pin match over on 13 and 14 if you take the max score. If this were television, they would say it's a 17-pin match right now, but I like to take max scores. It's just my preference. Rob Warren wanted to do something there. I don't know if he wanted to start over or what, but it looks like he's going to get up on the approach and bowl. All right, 10 back. Better shot by Rob Warren. Let's go ahead and look at his shot one more time. Take a look at the difference in where they're playing on the lane compared to Clay Reese. Clay is deep inside. Rob playing up the outside part of the lane. All right, here we are. We're back live with you. Colin Smith. Oh, man. Would have been a nice double there. Now it is back to a 17-pin lead for Darren Bloomquist. All right, Clay, 7th and 8th frame here. His opportunity to really stomp on Rob here. Really put the hammer down here. Here we go. Oh my goodness gracious. Clay didn't throw it very well. There was some noise made in the background from the arcade, like some people screaming. I don't know if that had anything to do with Clay's shot right there, but just an errant shot. And we've seen it. We've seen it by these right-handers this weekend. If you miss left, good breaks have happened. You are not paying a huge penalty. If you target left, you hit the head pin left on the left side, and you have been able to strike quite a bit. Now, if you get soft with your speed and hit your target, that's when you get into trouble on this pattern. Bloomquist back on it with his urethane ball, looking good. 17-pin lead through 7. Now let's see if Clay can parlay that break right there into a really nice posted shot. Last shot over here, we got the replay of it. He threw it really good in around 25. Keeps it nice and tight. Doesn't throw it too wide. Looks pretty good. Yep, Clay Reese is he's on cruise control. He's looking good out there. You know, it's this type of line and that type of good breaks that if a guy gets hot like that, he could take down the lefties. He's got a long way to go before that. He goes on to win here and perhaps bowls Darren Bloomquist. He'll have to get through Darren, and he'll have to get through Nick Heilman to have a chance at the lefties. A lot of bowling left. And Rob Warren's not out of it yet, but he's got a strike here. Must strike moment. He gets it. Okay, we got a max score for Rob Warren at 236. Clay Reese can still bowl 269. Now Darren Bloomquist is staring at a tricky little spare here. 258. This is no gimme on any pattern. Makes it even 20% harder on this lane pattern. Hard and straight will be his course of play. Taking a little extra time on the approach to throw at this thing. And just like I said, not an easy spare. Pressure situation. Max score now. 219 for Darren Bloomquist. Max score for Colin Smith, 224. Scoreboard tells the story. Rob Warren crosses over 5-9, and his day is pretty much over. Just grinding away. I said 2-0 to 220 is what he's going to give you. Well, Clay Reese says, I got something to say about that. I could care less about your 2-0 to 220 because they ain't going to be enough to beat me, pal. And that's what's going down here today. All right, here we go. Colin Smith, left lane, has an opportunity to really get himself in here. Right through the face again. Right when you need a shot. So he's got 210 left. 219 max score for Darren Bloomquist, and this is no gimme either on the spare. And, you know, not that it really matters, but Rob chops the spare. Rob Warren is going to finish in the 7th and 8th positions. He's going to get $850. Not bad for a weekend's work of going out and bowling with your buddies, having a good time, grinding away at this oil pattern. $160 entry fee. Makes $700 on the weekend. And that's a tribute to all of our great sponsors, as I mentioned at the top of the show. All right, Clay, how big do you want the score to be, buddy? Just keep going through the process here. See if we can improve upon the last shot on this lane where you got the good break. Typically in bowling what will happen is Clay will split the 8-9 here, but he'll leave like an 8-pin or some sort of bad break carry-wise. No, that's money. That's money for Clay Reese. That's a 6-pack. All right, 10-pin, so possible 199 max score now for Colin Smith. And Darren Bloomquist is going at a 199 pace. So we have a possibility of a tie on 13 and 14. And now Clay just right through the face. He's going to mess up this beautiful game. Leaves the 4-6. What could have been 260 and something huge is now going to be in the 230s. Not that it matters. But now he doesn't have an opportunity to throw a fill ball or just see a look with a different ball, although he will get 2 practice balls on 17 and 18 when they make the flip here. Rob Warren, week 10. Rob's had a nice tournament, though. And we've got the single pin miss down there for Colin Smith. He's pretty much gift wrapping the match over to Darren Bloomquist. Spares, kids. Spares, so important. So it's Clay Reese, 235. Rob Warren, 181, just getting out of the way. Clay Reese is going to advance. Now all eyes are on Darren Bloomquist up in the 9th frame. Pretty much has this match under control now, too. Yep, there's a strike for Darren. So it looks like we're going to have the number 7 seed, Clay Reese, taking on the number 5 seed, Darren Bloomquist. In our next match on lane 17 and 18 to figure out who will be the number 5 seed. Both players advancing are now guaranteed $1,000. $1,000 for 6th, $1,200 for 5th. $10-pin for Bloomquist. Should be no problem for him to pick this up. All right, so just for all purposes here, Bloomquist can bowl 199. Colin Smith can fast forward and just bowl through here if he'd like. 188 max score for him. That does it. Seals it up. Just need to get 1 pin. Or actually, no, he already had it. Sorry. The spare is what he needed. So 188 max score here for Colin Smith. Doesn't really matter. Again, Colin Smith and Rob Warren are both going to take home $850 each. So when we come back, we will reset on lanes 17 and 18, and we're going to have Clay Reese taking on Darren Bloomquist to determine who's going to be the number 5 seed, to then take on Nick Heilman, then see if they can get through Murderer's Row of Lefties, Cameron Crowe, Nate Stubler, and Matt McNeil. We'll be right back here on Inside Bowling. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Inside Bowling here. We now have the number 5 seed, Darren Bloomquist, taking on the number 7 seed, Clay Reese, here in our modified bracket stepladder final. The winner of this match will become the number 5 seed in our traditional stepladder, and the winner will face Nick Heilman, who's a past champion. The winner of that match will go on to take on Cameron Crow, then Nate Stubler, then Matt McNeil, who's also won this event before. So Darren starts with a strike on the left lane. We will just have one pair going forward for you as we move forward here throughout the rest of our day. Glad you're with us here. Watching a little bowling here on Inside Bowling. Both of these guys have different styles. Clay kind of pops out of his shots a little bit. He's a little bit more of a field player. Darren's a little more, he's younger, more textbook, more collegiate taught, it seems. But both players can definitely play the game, and we're looking forward to having a great match between these two guys. And to me, it looked like Clay got that one a little further right than what he wanted to off his hand. But it got back to the 1-3. Not the way you wanted to enter the pins by any means, but he got back to the 1-3. And that's a good sign for Clay. Moderate to low scoring here so far in our opening matches. And again, spares for Clay have been a bit of an issue this entire tournament. And he said he did not bring his spare ball. He brought urethane instead, and he chops the spare. I'm now joined here in the booth by Tournament Director Joe Engelkist. Joe, welcome to the booth, sir.
Thank you, Mike.
How's your weekend been, okay?
It's been, other than my bowling, the last 3 games qualifying, it's been really good. Things went pretty smoothly, except our little breakdown action in C Squad last night. Kind of made for a late night for sure. About 4 hours of sleep and back at it today. So
Yeah, how much longer are you going to keep doing this? We've talked about this before.
Maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10 years.
8 or 10 more years.
I
okay.
don't know. You know, as long as my health's good, and it's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I certainly don't feel like 69. I feel more like 40, 45. So, yeah, there was a time when I was considering, maybe hanging it up a little bit sooner than that. I'm not going to stay at it that long, I'm sure, but, my family still seems to enjoy it. It's going to get a little tougher and tougher every year because Jennifer's girls are growing up, and when they get more involved in things, it's going to be a little tough. But I know, especially now, Jennifer's bowling it, and my son Greg's bowling, and he's been bowling really good. So, as long as they're still interested in bowling scratch tournaments, I'll probably keep running them.
I still think when you win one is the day that we might drop it out of here.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Especially not in September. I just wasn't tournament ready. I thought I was getting close, but, I had about 15 games of preparation is all, and it showed. I ran into some issues and didn't make very good adjustments, bad ball choice, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That just comes from bowling a few more games.
So we got Darren Bloomquist taking on Clay Reese here, and Clay missed a spare. I talked to the audience at home that spares have been kind of an issue for Clay. He didn't bring a spare ball. He brought a urethane ball instead with having to fly in.
Yeah.
And, he's a little bit more of a field player. And we got Darren here who switched from urethane to resin on this pair. He'd been throwing urethane the whole day.
Yeah. He's throwing a storm ball, looks like. Huh?
Yeah, I think it's the Emerald IQ.
I believe so. That's what it looks like. Oh, boy, you got a pretty good look on that lane for sure.
He sure does. The whole day, though, he's been throwing nothing but urethane. That's what's got him here, and now he's away from it. Interesting.
Well, but wasn't he playing further right?
He was,
I think it's getting kind of spotty out to the right. The last couple of games, the scoring level kind of dropped off for the guys that were playing out there. And some of the guys that were playing a little deeper with reactives were doing better, but
I gave people yesterday the option, including yourself. Would you take Sean Rash and Matt McNeil, or would you take the field? And really, it's going to come down to a 50-50 coin flip, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Sure is.
Again, Clay got that one a little bit further right than I think he would have liked to, and almost gets the same exact result.
Yeah, that was an easy reaction to get this weekend. If you missed a board right, it wanted to wiggle pretty bad down lane, so yeah, it was tricky. That's what made the pattern tricky. You couldn't miss left, but that little bit of extra push right, if you didn't really get it just perfect, ball never picked up and came back. Oh, that's a tough spare, too.
Yeah, Clay threw hard and straight at it with a urethane ball and chopped the 2-5, and so this time he hooks at it with his spare ball.
It almost went by it.
The real storyline is anybody going to have anything for these three lefties? The 1, 2, 3 murderers row. We're not sure.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a tough row to hoe, but I guess we'll see. They didn't seem to slow down much today, even though we had 3 of them paired on the same pair.
Yeah, Nick Pate last night was in the booth, and he was talking about how when they got a cross with each other, sometimes it gives them fits, but not today.
Yeah.
And that was just a bad shot by Clay. Way left to target, probably a timing issue as well, and fortunate just to leave a makeable spare and not a big split. Joe, one of the things I noticed too, and I don't know if you noticed this from getting scores and running the tournament, but when right-handers missed left, they went Brooklyn.
Yeah, and it didn't have to be a big miss.
No.
One board for me got the ball across the hit pin. It was crazy how.
And it's created some good breaks.
Yeah, lots and lots of good breaks. I know.
And when the guys were splitting, it was when they were just soft but hit their target.
Right. The ball just picked up a little early and went too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I know. We crossed with Quentin Bolin, and Quentin bowled pretty well, but he carried 10 or 12 probably Brooklyns, and of course I was also crossing with Tom Hess, and that got a little touchy.
I'm surprised Tom didn't bowl a little bit better in this event. I think he played the lanes a little bit wrong.
Yep, I think he did too. And then when he did move in after that early transition, he had a pretty darn good look the first couple games yesterday. And he was, in the first game he didn't bowl very well, but then in the next two he hit them pretty good. And then all of a sudden he lost that look outside of 10, and when he did move in, he couldn't believe how far he had to go to find some push through the fronts. And he struggled pretty hard on a couple of the pairs and just didn't really score very well. Lost some pins at the end because he had to make like a 10 and 5 jump across the lane to get the ball back toward the pocket. But,
so
yeah,
Bloomquist is going at a Dutch 200
Yep.
pace here. Clay Reese now has missed 2 makeable spares, and we've been talking about that. Clay Reese has gone 8-1, 7 spare, 8-1. He hasn't knocked down 9 or better in 4 shots. This is that time where you're like, uh-oh, what am I doing? You know, we saw him throwing an idle earlier. He switched to this ball on 15 and 16, was able to bowl a big score in the 230s. A 4-6 prevented him from a 260 game. We've seen our man, Mr. Bloomquist here, switch to reactive here. Clay's going to have to get his striking shoes on. It's going to be interesting to see what he does as far as possibly switching to a different ball. And there's what we just talked about.
Just what we talked about,
Yep, miss left.
Probably
and
missed just a board or 2 left, and it just immediately goes early.
I think Clay switches to his idle here.
I would be surprised if he's got to make a ball change. I would
No.
think. No, he's gonna
Oh, wait a minute. He's going to stay in it.
And try to out-bowl his bad ball reaction. I tried that for 3 games and shot 498. It just doesn't work.
So
We'll
Clay's done. He's thrown 2 identical shots on 18. So I don't know what he's going to do here. I don't know if he's going to keep it tighter in.
Yeah, I would guess that's what he'll do, and I'd be surprised if it doesn't go high.
Yep, exactly right.
See, that's what happened to me. Yesterday, the last 3 games, I had that same reaction. If I got it to my spot, it wanted to hang down lane, but as soon as I moved my feet even a half a board or board to the right and squared up a little bit, it was through the nose every time. Yeah, he's got that, unfortunately, and he doesn't have a lot of ball choices if he flew here, obviously, so he's going to have to do something. But
You know I like to give you a hard time sometimes.
no,
Yeah.
never happened.
So this format, you know, I've never really understood the. I know it gives people more of an opportunity to make the cut and feel like they're part of this, right? So if Darren goes on to win here, you realize the 5 seed is going to be the 5 seed again.
Oh, I know. I know.
When it doesn't work out that way, though, I don't bring it up.
No, I know you never do. But I remember Nick Pate making a heck of a
I
run
know,
all
I
the way
know.
to like 3rd place or something from the 10 spot.
I know. Joe and I have this really good relationship. I love it. I didn't even say hi to him yesterday when I got here.
Didn't have to.
No.
It's understood.
But at least I'm reliable. At least you know I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
At least you know every squad I'm going to be sitting right here,
Yep.
ready to go.
No.
I really like the way he bowls.
He throws the ball really smooth.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I knew he was a good player.
So where'd he come from? Where's this guy
I'm not
from?
even sure where he. I think Illinois somewhere, but I'm not sure where. I'd heard the name before, and this is the first time he's bowled one of our events, at least in a while. No, I think he was already in my computer, so he must have bowled at least one time before. But yeah, he really throws it. He sets it down so smooth.
Yeah, he's got one of those textbook styles, collegiate player type styles.
Yep.
I'm sure he bowls for some university.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if he
least he-
bowls for like Andy Dirks or something.
Yeah, it could be.
We've got a lot of folks here all over the world watching. We got folks from Bahrain.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here. Mount Mercy from Wisconsin. Thank you, Andy.
No, Mount Mercy's from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Oh, he goes to Mount Mercy.
He's from Wisconsin.
He's from
Okay.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. He throws it really, really well. Obviously, it must be that gold star coach he's got that's making that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Andy Dirks?
Well, Andy Dirks should maybe he needs to phone Andy Dirks and figure out how to strike on the right lane.
How to keep it off the face. Well, he's in front of the ball return, so he's probably doesn't have quite as much ball speed or something. And it's picking up.
By the way, Joe, do you think there's any possible way we get this flag removed for the next event?
No.
You know, because I cannot
Yeah,
see the scores.
We will definitely have them move it. Can you
I'm just
look?
giving
on
you,
just look here
yeah.
on the screen. That's
Yeah,
what I'm doing.
I will.
The first couple times I'm doing the same thing you're doing.
I've been
trying to
doing it
go
all
back.
weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a chiropractor bill for my neck adjustment.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't expect it to be paid.
No, it won't. I know it won't. All right, so here we go. Clay Reese looking to get it going here on lane 18. I'd just throw it harder.
That's a
Oh, he got it right.
that's a really good. He
Sure
went around
is.
it just a little more.
He did. Get it to go a little bit
Yep.
further down the
Yep.
lane.
Yep.
All right, so let's just try to paint some sort of story here. So we got 200 pace for Darren, and Clay can still bowl
212.
Yeah, 212. So, throw a strike here and take a seat, Clay, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Put a little pressure out there. He did. Oh, that was the one he just threw.
Yeah, we're a little delayed there.
Yeah, you got a little delay going on here.
It was to the point this weekend I actually had players that would bowl and then run up here and watch their shot.
Watch their shot and
Yeah.
see how they did.
I brought the second monitor this time. I don't always bring it, but I brought it this time.
Yeah.
All right, Clay, let's see what you can do here on the left lane. See if you can throw it for the wheat here.
Oh, he likes it.
All right.
I could tell he liked that
A
one.
little bit of a can opener.
He immediately went to the pulling the string a little bit.
But again, Clay puts himself in these situations where, he's missed 2 makeable spares.
Yeah.
Right? So there's 22 more for you.
Yeah, and the problem with throwing urethane at spares is usually not a bad thing, but this week, with all the hook in this pattern, the guys that didn't have a lot of ball speed had trouble controlling that amount of hook.
I see you guys in the chat. Thanks for the love. See if Darren can get on it here on the right lane.
Yeah.
Money. Look at that old little fist pump even.
I think was he on his phone down there talking to Andy?
He might have been. Let's
could've
look at
been.
this shot again. I want you to watch the fist pump after.
No.
Here it is. He loves it. Did you see? It was like with a lot of
little
authority.
authority there.
Yeah, it was fast. It was a fast fist pump.
Yes, it was.
I've never talked to the young man, but it sounds like he was like, "All right, man." That's what it felt like right there. Okay, here we go. Now he's got a chance here to really, really stomp on Clay.
He really liked that last shot off
he
his
did.
hand too.
Usually when a guy figures out the right lane, he gets tapped on the left lane. It's just kind of what happens.
Ooh.
Oh,
and
almost.
it carries a 7-10 out. Oh.
All right, well,
That's going to pretty.
here's a little pressure for you, Darren. And Darren said, that's nothing, Clay Reese. I got this. And you know what? The way this kid bowls, his textbook form, and he seems very calm, even keeled here. He could take down the lefties. He's got to get through Nick Heilman first, who's a past champion.
Yeah.
We got 2 past champions that could win again. We got Matt McNeil and Nick Heilman. Has Matt only won one time, or has he won twice?
Just once.
Just once, okay.
Yeah.
And Tom Hess has won 3 times, and Casey Murphy's won twice.
Yes. Oh, and Dave Barris has won twice.
Dave Barris, that's right. He just won the last one.
No, he won the one in September.
The year ago, this one.
Yeah. Yeah, because Tom Hess won last one.
Yep. Got it. It's number 18. We were talking about it.
Oh, man, that's a nice shot. Wow. Just took him a little too long.
Again, it boils. Again, I know you're part of Backstage Bowling, and we talk about this stuff in the coaching group and everything. We've been promoting a little bit this weekend, but spares are so important.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Especially on tough patterns. You just have to make your spares. Yeah, he's shaking his head. I know that's what he's thinking, too.
Yep, 38 pin match, or 28 pin match.
If I could have made those 2 spares, I'd be right in the hunt.
It's even, yeah. It'd be even.
Yeah.
But you know, at this point in the game too, I mean, he doesn't even get 9 for the first 5 frames.
Right.
You know, 8, 7, 7, 8, 7.
Just took him a little too long getting lined up on this pair. Man, now he's got it. Wow. He's got 212 out there. You can force him to mark. Force him to mark if he strikes out.
Which, hey, on this oil pattern, you picked.
Yeah, and he's got to finish on that right lane where he finally struck for the first time. So.
After this match, we will have Nick Heilman as the number 4 seed. Will take on the winner of this match, and that'll happen down on lanes 25 and 26.
I did not check to see if Darren was in the Bet You Win either. Should do that. Nick Heilman is not. He never gets in.
Really?
No. The year he won, he didn't. He wasn't there. This big shot here. Oh,
look at that.
Bucket crumbler.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna make him. He's gonna make him mark.
He is. And you know what? When that happens.
Oh yeah.
When that happens, and you're the opponent, you're like, what? Oh wow.
What
okay.
Just
Well,
happened to me,
now he's doing math. Now he's standing there doing math. He wasn't doing math. He was just chilling and hanging out. Now he's like, oh wait a minute. Let me look at the scores here. What's going on here?
What do I have to do now?
If I open,
he's gonna get
what
some
happens?
Count here, but not a lot of count. Just 7 would probably be in. Yeah, 7 will still make him get a mark. Oh, nice finish. What a finish.
Nice
Man.
finish, Clay. That's the last back 7 for Clay Reese. So,
wow.
What do you put the chances here of Darren winning this? 85%?
Yeah, most likely. But he has struggled on this lane. He's got an 8 count, an 8 count, a 7 count, and he finally struck the last one.
This oil pattern, I put Darren 85% to win, Clay at 15%.
Yeah, that's probably about the right handicapping. And he's taking the short approach. He could have had a spare ball drilled. Oh, that's pretty wide. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Now he's 98% to win.
That was 2-8-10 territory.
It sure was. It was 210, 2-8-10,
Yep.
2-4-8-10.
Another 6 inches down lane and hanging there, and it would have been 210 for sure. I left enough of those yesterday, the last 3 games, to know that look.
I've actually told or heard from people in the past, hey, go up on this shot if you just need 9, try to leave a 2-pin.
Oh my,
I've actually heard that from people before.
Yeah, but not on this pattern.
Not on this pattern, no.
Oh, ooh, ooh.
All right, that's a winner,
That's
chicken
a winner.
dinner.
That is a winner.
Hell of a 212 by Clay Reese, but again,
Great comeback.
2 missed spares.
Great comeback.
Never can help you.
No.
So he needs 4 pins.
Yeah, if he'd have made one of those spares, he's a winner.
Yep.
Assuming.
I hate to keep
shot.
talking about it, but I mean,
Yep.
you know, I talked about it since the very beginning when Clay started bowling because he told me he left his spare ball at home, and that decision alone for that luggage fee could have cost Clay a couple $1,000.
You could have. Yes, you could have.
Good lesson to be learned here. Behind the foul line.
Yep.
And 9's going to do it. So that's 218 for Darren Bloomquist. He's going to advance to take on Nick Heilman here when we come back. Clay Reese is going to finish in 6th position and receive $1,000 for a $160 entry. Kudos to all the sponsors that help provide that excellent payout. And Joe and I will be back here shortly with our traditional stepladder. Number 5 seed Darren Bloomquist is going to take on number 4 seed Nick Heilman right here on Inside Bowling. We'll be right back. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody back to the 2020 Ebonite Fall Classic here from Cadillac XBC here in Waterloo, Iowa. I'm Mike Flanagan. I'll be joined by Joe Engelkiss here in just a moment, but this is our traditional stepladder finals. The number 5 seed, Darren Bloomquist, is taking on Nick Heilman, our number 4 seed here. And then after that, we've got 3 lefties. We've got Cameron Crowe, we got Nate Stubler, and Matt McNeil for the rest of our stepladder. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible. We want to thank Ebonite, of course, our title sponsor, who sponsors the GIBA throughout the season. We also want to thank a new sponsor that we have here, the Quick Star Convenience Mart chain. We want to thank USA Mortgage and Brandon Steen, who joined us yesterday on the stream, Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Budweiser and Bud Light, the OP restaurant over on Ridgeway, Allen's Hunting and Fishing Guide Service, and the Hampton Inn. Definitely want to thank all of our sponsors. Without our sponsors, this would not be possible to stream or provide such a great payout, to have such a great field. Joe, great to have you back here in the booth. We're in for a doozy here. These 2 right-handers going to be the great right hope, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we're down to that position. We're only going to have 1 left after this match, so then, yeah, it will definitely be great white hope then.
We've got Nick Heilman. He's won this event before, and I think I said before when he did win, he's like Dave Barris. He'll 220 you to death, 2-0 you to death.
Yep. Ooh.
Crosses over.
Yep. I see Darren switch back to his urethane ball. At least on the left lane he did.
Yeah, he's thrown urethane all day, but against Clay Reese, he thought he needed that reactive
he
ball.
Missed a 5-pin.
Everybody watching is owed a drink, I guess. Again, consistently, we've seen spare shooting been an issue here today. But Nick has sat for a while.
He has.
Still no excuse to miss a 5-pin.
Right. He warmed up for quite a while, but then he kind of took a break, and I'm sure he didn't plan on shooting a 5-pin the first frame or second frame.
Ball really hooked off the end of the pattern for him.
Yes, it did. Oh, that one checked. Came up a little light.
So here's Darren Bloomquist. Both players with strike, 9 counts. Again, if you're just joining us, the real story of the weekend is the oil pattern. It's been very demanding, almost inside a 2-to-1 ratio, left to right. Okay, covers the spare.
Yeah, you can thank the fertile mind of Mo Pinnell for the lane pattern.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Rich Amy here at Cadillac has pretty good connection with Mo, and he reached out to Mo and asked him for a little input, and this is what they came up with. But everybody I've talked to says, yeah, it was tough, it was demanding, but they thought it was pretty fair. Spares were just so important. And it was easy to leave anything but a single pin. He came up light again.
The loser of this match is going to receive $1,200. Fourth place will receive $1,400, $1,700 for third, $2,300 for second, $3,000 for first. Matt McNeil, your top seed. Nate Stubel, your number 2 seed. Cameron Crowe, your 3 seed. And, of course, Nick Heilman and Darren Bloomquist here duking it out. Darren's a pretty good spare shooter.
Yeah, he throws hard and straight with that urethane ball at him, pretty much. I got to ask you a question, Mike.
Yeah.
Did you happen to notice that we fulfilled your request for new monitors above the lanes when,
I did.
when you walked in?
I did. It's beautiful.
They did that just for you.
I know.
hope you
I know
that.
they did. And they got the new internet line in here just
Yes,
for me
they
as well.
Did. Yes, they did.
Yeah. And you guys tell me that, so I for sure always make sure I come back, because why would you invest that much money into all that for me not to ever come back, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's this weird game we play with each other. The last time I was here, I was kind of an ass. I was like, hey, I can't come back and do this again. I cannot go through this again.
I would disagree with it, but you know I'd be lying if I did.
I mean, it's just so frustrating.
It was brutal.
You go
brutal.
so many miles,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
drive up here, and you have a product, and you want it to look good.
Well, you know, you made it look pretty good when I watched the replay.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Nice work.
Yeah, post-production there, buddy. Yeah, the power of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's great to be sitting here with you and have a stress-free weekend of streaming, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I bet.
Ooh, I thought it was me for a while, but...
I just wish you'd had been able to bring your backstage group with you.
Oh, I know.
It would have been a great opportunity to showcase what you're doing to a couple hundred top flight bowlers that I think could get a lot of good out of it, you know. But we'll keep working on them. We'll get them coming your way, a few more at a time.
You were the first one to sign up for backstage bowling. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I like the idea of what you're trying to do, and do I get a ton of coaching help out of it? No, but at the same time, I was looking for some help because my last few trips to the Open Championships haven't been great. And I know Mike Shady's the master, and he did share a little information with me that I think I can parlay going forward to hopefully improve my
Just
my
wait
play there.
until that tournament gets going in full steam next year, and Jazz and Shades are doing a weekly show breaking down what's happening at the event, what they're seeing, game planning, strategy, all that stuff. That's going to be incredible.
I got to believe that's going to be worth the price of admission right there. For me, it will. I know, because you know that's a highlight of my season every year. I don't get around. I don't play PBA events anymore. Not that I ever did a lot, but at my age, I look forward to that Open Championships. So what's going on here? We got one open, and the rest is all pretty close.
Yep, pretty much. Dale Diamond says hello in the group, a legend.
Oh, Dale. Well, you know, Dale's the one that originated the Greater Iowa Bowling Association.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Back in, I believe it was 1969, maybe 1970. And they decided it was...
Oh, all right.
Ooh, that's a big break. Yeah, Dale decided it was time to have a season-long series of scratch tournaments. And he and Dirk Wheat were the two that were, you know, really involved in starting it out. And... you know, we used to average 150, 200 entries.
Just for a normal event.
For a one-day tournament on a Sunday, you had 3 squads, 9 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, and then 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You bowled 6 games. Could you imagine trying to fit 6 games in it? But there was no real oil.
Right, sure.
So if you happen to draw that third shift, there were sometimes it was pretty brutal. Then we bowled 8-game round robin finals without real oil. Yeah, it was quite the concept, and we suffered through a few years. Oh, another good break! Holy cow, that makes it
Yeah, so,
That
so
makes it
Nick
tricky.
Heilman right there with that triple. Somebody in the chat predicted, I think Nick's going to throw a 5-bagger.
Well, they're probably right on the money. He's been close. He got that one that crossed over in the second frame, left 5-pin.
Nick takes the lead in the match there.
Yep.
Just really a 2-pin match if you count max scores.
Right.
Glad you're with us watching today here on Inside Bowling. Over 500 people watching the finals here today. We know you have a choice on what your entertainment options are. And we're glad you're watching our bowling broadcast here today.
Yeah, I think you've been right around 500 or more most of the day today, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty darn good. There's a double. 2-pin match. This looks like it might be a pretty tight match. Not that the last one wasn't. It turned out to be.
Yeah, it sure
Didn't
did.
look like it was going to, but it sure turned out to be. I talked a little bit to Clay afterwards, and he was lamenting the fact that he didn't bring his spare ball.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
All right, through the face.
Yeah, checked early. Yeah, I had quite a number of people asking where Kyle Sherman was and where Shannon O'Keefe was.
Mm-hmm.
I had to explain to them the things that were going on, and you know that sometimes things happen. And unfortunately, it's the world we're living in right now. So.
Is Kyle okay?
He said he hurt his back. I believe it was on Wednesday because he sent me the email, or I guess he maybe Facebook messaged me. I have some contact methods here. I'm not sure which, but said he was just concerned, and he has a PBA league starting next week, so he didn't want to take any chances. So he felt he had the need to withdraw.
Ooh, Brooklyn. Nick
For the
Heilman
4-bagger.
with the Brooklyn.
That never happened.
But
this
that's what we
week.
talked about in the last match. You miss left,
Yep.
and it ends up turning into a good break.
Yes. I saw more runaway Brooklyn strikes. I mean, runaway. So light in the pocket, or in the Brooklyn side, you couldn't believe they'd carried it. Just everything splattered. It's crazy. Oh, and then he pays the price.
All right, Nick Heilman, let's see if you can get yourself a highlight here. Let's see if you can pick up this 710. I'm gonna get the replay ready and everything. I'm ready to see a pin bounce.
I think we had one of those made at some point or another in one of these tournaments. I don't remember which one. He doesn't throw it real hard, but
Ooh, gave it a run.
yeah,
Gave it a run.
He did.
Okay, so let's paint the story here.
Yep.
Possible 224 for Heilman.
Yep.
Possible what do we got? 234.
Yep. 234 for Bloomquist. Possible.
So really, it's an even match.
Yes, pretty much even. Yes. A pretty important shot here because Darren finishing on that lane. Did he carry that?
He did 4, 5, 7 to fall out last.
Wow. That was pretty light for a urethane strike. Usually you don't get by with those.
Tyrone Phillips says I have an airplane pilot voice. This is your captain speaking. We're about to see the 9th frame here coming up.
What's our altitude?
Yeah. Remember, there's no smoking here.
Yeah.
It's been that way since about 1994. Folks, coming into the end of the match here, I just want to let you know we are going to possibly deal with a little bit of tailwind here coming in. I would like for you to be in your seatbelts. We should have you on the ground here shortly, and we thank you for flying Flanagan Airlines.
Oh, he crushed that one. Set himself up pretty well.
Yeah, he controls his own destiny now.
Yes, he does.
So Nick Heilman, though, can apply pressure.
He certainly can.
4 in a row, 224. Make the young man go up and double.
Yep.
I really am impressed with Darren's game, though. I really like it.
Smooth. It's very smooth. Oh.
Oh, Nick sent his first messenger of his life, I think, on that one right there. That'll be a Kodak moment for him to be able to share and save forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Spare
214.
strikeout, he can still make him get the first one. Can he? I believe. Because 9 spare would.
Yep.
Yep. He's going to have all 3 in the 10th, though. Good. 214 possible. Yeah, and Darren's on 214 pace right now. However, if Nick strikes out, he would force Darren to get the first one. Count's pretty important here. Not a good shot.
Nope.
He did not like it as soon as he let it go. Stood up and shook his head as soon as he let it go.
Well, Darren Bloomquist.
Well, he can make him. He could still. Nick could still make him mark.
Yep.
Or 9 out.
This will be back-to-back games where he needs to mark.
Well, if he strikes, Darren could still win with 9 out. He'd have 202 to 201. No, he wouldn't. He'd lose 3 pins. If he goes 9 out, he loses 3 sticks. Strike here to make him get a mark in order to win. They could still tie with 9 out. And he struck. He's got to show up.
Yep. He left a 2-pin the last time he did this and almost 2-8-10.
Yes, he did.
But that was with a different ball. That wasn't with urethane. So 201 posted on the board for Nick Heilman. Darren Bloomquist still has 234 max score.
He didn't like it. Won Brooklyn.
Crosses over for a 5-pin. And it's interesting because Nick Heilman missed a 5-pin in this match.
Yes, he did. If he misses it, it's a tie.
How crazy would that be if he missed a 5-pin and Nick missed a 5-pin for them to tie?
Yeah, that would be very strange.
I don't see this getting
I don't
missed.
see it happening. I don't either. Holy cow, Matt McNeil already warming up. He's got another hour yet. Almost. Not quite. He got it.
There you have it. So Nick Heilman's going to finish 5th and receive $1,200 for his efforts. Darren Bloomquist is going to move on. He is the last right-hander left, and he will attempt to dethrone 3 lefties. Cameron Crowe is up first, then Nate Stubler, then Matt McNeil.
That was not very well thrown either.
210, final score?
2-0, yep, 210.
210 to 201.
Yep.
And that's going to do it here for this game. We will be right back with you here in just a couple of moments, where we're going to have Darren Bloomquist take on Cameron Crowe here on Inside Bowling. Shout out to John in the chat, everybody that's watching. Appreciate it. See you guys in there. We're just about ready to go here with our number 5 versus number 3 seed here. Cameron Crowe is going to be our new bowler that we're going to see come into your screen. Cameron Crowe is an accomplished young bowler. And he is a member of Junior Team USA and just a joy to watch. So here we go, underway. Our number 5 seed is Derek Bloomquist taking on Cameron Crowe, our number 3 seed. Our first left-hander that we are going to see here in our traditional stepladder final. Joining me again is Joe Engelkes here. So Cameron Crowe starts out with a strike, using urethane from the outside part of the lane. No doubt about that. We knew that's exactly what was going to happen.
Yep, that was the plan, I believe. Cameron's a awesome young player.
He is, and he's done well in these events before.
Yes, he is.
And throughout the maturation process, as we call it, I think this is an opportunity for him to take the next step, because I remember he lost in his match the last time when he was pretty high qualified in this event. Yep. And he'll learn from that and all his experience that he's gained since the last time he was here. And I predict that he will go on to win this game.
I predict that I hope he learns a little bit about being at a tournament more than 10 minutes before he thinks it's time to start. He took a 0 yesterday to start the first frame.
Did he really?
Yes. He was scheduled to bowl the 8:30 squad, he and Ryan Kolonen, and they thought it started at 9 instead of 8:30. So we waited till 8:30 and finished up a couple little things. We made announcements at about 8:32. We got done with those about 8:35. Turned them on for shadow balls, and they walked in the door about 8:47 or something like that, which is, I would never cut it that close, even if it was a 9 o'clock start time. But yeah, they had people texting them and calling them and everything else to try to get them here from they stayed overnight in a hotel in Waterloo, so it wasn't like they had to drive in from out of town. But yeah, I don't believe probably in the grand scheme of things, it cost him any spots on the standings, but
just not a good idea.
Yeah, he did have to take 0 in the first frame.
So Darren Bloomquist is our man that's left. He's our guy. He's our right-hander.
Oh.
Looks like we need something.
Jennifer's calling it in.
How great is Jennifer, by the way?
Oh, she's pretty good.
Hey, good job on updating the scores on Twitter yesterday while she was bowling. You did a great job.
Well, I practiced. I did it a couple times in B squad. She showed me what to do, and I took care of that. And yeah, I did a great job till we had late 17 breakdown. We couldn't update the scores for games 5 and 6. Oh my goodness, that was something. But yeah, Jennifer is. If it wasn't for her, I probably would no longer be doing these. Because the large events like this are so much work, and she has so many shortcuts, and she knows all this stuff to do. And I don't know, did I ever send you the Flanagan format spreadsheet she made up?
Yeah.
To calculate it all?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did all that herself, and oh my goodness, we couldn't run that tournament that way without that spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like you've got a tournament, the 11thframe.com Open, which uses my format, and I don't stream it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's because you couldn't.
I know.
I don't know if you can now or not.
I don't know either. All these rules in bowling, I don't know how they exist or work or whatever.
Oh, okay. It's not really rules, I think it's more about relationships or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I did talk to Jeff Riggles about it, and he would have no problem. In fact, he'd like that to happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And that's a great tournament to stream.
It is. Yeah.
It
yeah.
really is. That Sunday thing is, you talk about movement and standings, they'd have you totally confused trying to figure out who was moving where.
Yeah, and the format is all the bowlers bowl every game, and whoever has the highest game gets the bonus points for however many bowlers are bowling. So if 48 bowl, they get 48 points.
Right.
If you're the lowest score in the house, you get 1 bonus point.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know how you guys or why you guys decided to actually take me up on that idea, but a lot of people like it.
Yeah, it's not something you do every tournament. It's a ton of extra work because we actually have to enter scores twice. Once in the spreadsheet to actually calculate the bonus points, and the other time in our bracket program for scores. So it is a little extra work, but again, with Jennifer doing that, it makes it a lot easier.
So here's the question: is Cameron Crowe going to miss this game?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd bet against it.
I'm just saying it now. I'm just going to say now, Cameron Crowe is not going to miss this game. That way, everybody in the chat can blow me up and say that I am the Black Cloud.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, Darren's on what the right-handers consider the toughest carry pair on this end of the house.
No problem there.
No. The light ones do carry fairly well, but it's very easy to leave.
Take a look at that shot again. We'll use our replay. Down and through it.
Yeah,
looks good.
Great shot. Well, he's actually moving that urethane pretty good. He's giving her a little room.
Here's a look at him earlier today.
Oh, he was playing way in with urethane. Wow.
Yeah. Back live.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Oh.
Yep, there
I
you go.
thought it was going.
Since we got the replay going, let's take a look at this one, see what might have looked different. Little
way left.
inside.
Yeah, that was left.
All right, Cameron Crowe. Oh, there it is. There's my black cloud.
Yeah, you did it. Didn't even have to get the camera out or anything.
No.
Yeah, we managed to fill in pretty good for you at the 11th frame. We black clouded to like 4 or 5 guys that had the front 9, so.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, we went Facebook Live trying to show somebody shoot 300, and I think the first 3 times Jennifer did it, they didn't get her done.
Glad you're watching here on Inside Bowling. Couldn't do this without Ebonite, great sponsor of the event. All the other associate sponsors that we have as well. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we'd love for you to do so. Great opportunity to do that now. Like the stream, share it, let people know you're watching bowling today.
He throws it so good with so much speed. That's just awesome.
We got a 279 and 269 max score, right?
Yep. Actually, we have 279.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
max
that's
score.
right. Yeah, because that
He
was the first
started
and the second.
spare, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, hey, if they all strike out,
Hey,
we got a tie.
We'll have a little 9th and 10th frame stuff going on.
Is that how it
That's
works
what we
here?
do.
9th and 10th, yeah.
Well, I'm old school.
I don't know if we've ever had that happen. here.
I don't remember that we have. Maybe once.
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe once.
It's been a while. How about that?
Ooh. First a noser that carried, now
A little high flusher, I guess,
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call that.
right.
One board left of high flush.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're 64 subscribers away from 20,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. What do they pay, $1,000 to subscribe?
Zero to subscribe. Yep, zero.
Well, I thought maybe I was about to pick up my next sponsor.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to do that. That would be great. I'd love to be able to pay you to come here.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be a wonderful problem to have.
Yes, it would. Well, he took advantage of it.
Sure did. Sure did. He's hanging in there.
Yes, he is.
And you know what? This makes Cameron Crowe think about it a little bit, because I'm sure he was thinking, man, I got the look here.
Yeah.
You know, this is gonna be my problem's gonna be up, not down.
Right.
My problem's gonna be in the 2 and the 1 here, playing my line. I might have no problem taking care of this right-hander, but not the case right now. But watch this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Don't blink.
Yep, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Pounded. You know, you had to do most of this duty this weekend all by yourself. You didn't have much. Yeah, you had a little bit. You spent some time with Nick Pate last night.
Yeah, Nick Pate,
And
Matt
Brandon
McNeil, and
Steen.
Brandon Steen. Yep.
Yeah. But you sat in that chair kind of lonely quite a bit.
Yeah. Vin Scully'd it most of the weekend.
Yeah, there it is.
But that's all right.
Yeah.
I actually flew out on Thursday instead of Friday this time.
Oh, did
so I
you?
didn't take like a really early flight to get here. I was able to get a full night's rest, and
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, I actually pulled off on the side of the road. I had a Zoom call I was on for about an hour and a half. That's what took me a little bit longer to get here. Because I called you and said, hey, I'm on the way.
Yeah,
And then
I'll be there in 4 hours. That was like 1 o'clock. And
yeah.
we left here at 7.
Yeah,
And you weren't here yet.
Yeah, I was just getting in. All right, well, Cameron Crowe says it's game on there, man.
Let's
go.
Having at it here.
Sure are.
Man, I wish we'd have made this pattern a little tougher.
Yeah, no kidding. Make them this easy. Jeez.
Really? What the heck?
Can I design the next pattern as long as I don't bowl?
You'll have to take that up with the management here.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. I can handle that. I'm going to put out a house shot, but then at the end of the pattern, I'm going to add 4 2-2s at the slowest speed possible.
We actually talked about something like that. They talked about putting in a little trap down there 35 feet or so and just a couple of 2-2s to keep the guys from sending it right and getting it back, you know.
This might be one of the
Didn't do that, but
one of the best executed matches here that I've seen by Cameron, and then on the other side taking advantage of breaks.
Yeah.
Just doing what you can, scrapping through here.
yeah. His last 2 shots have been pretty solid.
Really good by
Really good.
Darren.
Sometimes that break can really free a guy's arm swing up too. So, yeah.
Working on 5 in a row here.
Oh, that's wide. Oh, look at that. Another break. Hello.
I think
That might be the only way you take a lefty out today.
Yeah, I think if I'm Cameron at this point, I'm aggravated.
Scratching your head.
I think I'd have to be a little aggravated.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. There's a bowler I know that wouldn't be dealing very well with that right now.
You got to imagine that that Stubler over here is rooting for Bloomquist.
Oh, I would think, probably. I don't think any of the lefties wants the other lefty. It's a little high. Yeah, really high. He was definitely right with that one.
Wow. This late in the game, we've got a right-hander advantage here.
We do. Big advantage now because, well, you can make this, but it's certainly not easy. Oh, he threw them all away.
Well, we talked about spare shooting issues, and also you got to get count.
Well, the good thing is he's still got 1 pin to play with on count, so it didn't kill him, but you never know. It might come back to bite him. But he's going to have to strike out now.
Really important to get this one.
Yes, it is.
Because Bloomquist could really go open. I mean, that's
Oh,
real.
it
I
could
mean,
happen.
very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And in the world of bowling, he probably deserves to go open with what's
The
happening
breaks
in
he's
this
had,
game.
that's a good shot. Oh, that's light. Hit his spot, but he must not have got it at the bottom.
So Cameron Crowe with a spare can bowl 230.
Yeah, Darren would just about have to go open to. He got spare. You know, watching these 2 college kids bowl against each other here, I got to say a lot of big word of thanks to the college programs around because they're sending their kids to these tournaments.
They sure are.
And I would venture to guess we had 40 to 50 college kids at least bowling this tournament. I mean, that was just amazing. Well, I had the most women bowlers we've ever had. One of them re-entered, but we had 4 female entries, and at least 7 or 8 of those were college kids. And you know, it's just amazing to me the kind of support that we get from Eric Litting and his group of young players. That was a great shot by Darren. Holy cow. He about got this thing wrapped up. I would have not believed that. But he's throwing it great now. Since he got those 2 breaks, well, I guess he did trip the 2 pin on one other one.
taking advantage, capitalizing, doing everything you possibly can
Yep.
to scratch and claw your way through a stepladder, and he's
doing her.
He's doing it, yeah. He had to defend his number 5 position against Clay Reese. He did. Took out Nick Heilman.
It was a little wide, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't even have to make spare.
Nope, that's enough. So he's going to advance. Darren Bloomquist is going to advance to take on Nate Stubler, see if he can bump up the ranks here a little bit more and bowl for that title. Semifinal match coming up here on Inside Bowling. Want to congratulate Cameron Crowe on another great event here. And he's going to finish 4th and take home $1,400 here today. I would not have guessed this outcome in this match. And once it's over, these guys just ignore the spares. That's been kind of a theme here today. So Cameron Crowe is a special talent. Another stepladder finals he has made here. And he'll be back. And not a bad weekend for Cameron. Final score is going to be closer than what the match actually was here. 243 to 230 max score. Just a reminder, we will be moving over to lanes 21 and 22 for our semifinal match, and our championship match will be on lanes 19 and 20 here at Cadillac XBC here in Waterloo, Iowa. I am Mike Flanagan, joined by Joe Engelkiss, and we'll be back with you here in just a moment with our semifinal match.
You mean we have to move again?
Yep, got to move again. I'm going to petition the bowling center to put wheels on these Brunswick.
Yeah, they're just
tables.
Wonderful to move, aren't they?
There they are. All right. Joe's got the check cut and everything ready to go. Going to pay out, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Welcome back again, everyone, to the 2020 Ebonite Fall Classic semifinal match. We get to see if young Darren Bloomquist can continue to saw past the field here and work his way to the championship match. He's already defeated one of the lefty killers in Cameron Crowe here today. And now he's going to take on Nate Stubler, who Joe Engelkis can tell us a little bit more about. He's been dominating tournaments in this area over the summer, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think they started up some tournaments in Illinois a while back, and they've been running some tournaments, Clinton, Iowa, and some other places, and he seems like he's been a high qualifier virtually every time out. Now, here he ended up being second high, but he led most of the 13 games, so he's been really on fire. And he won the 11 frame event 2 years ago. So yeah, he's a player. Very well practiced.
Just as we talk him up, he leaves. It's 7 count, and that left monitor is a little goofy today here on this pair. So if you do see that going in and out, everybody, that's it's nothing we can control. It's just something that's happening here in the center.
Oh man, another open.
Yeah, that's been a common theme.
Yes, it has. So far, the early opens have come back to bite most of the guys. I haven't seen too many of them regroup, but Clay Reese came close, but he has 2 opens ultimately cost him the match. Looked like Darren was having a little trouble getting lined up here. It'll be interesting to see how this goes.
All right, so through the face here, a little lower scoring pace here. Start out this semifinal match. I want to give a shout out to everybody here in the chat that's watching today. Jonas 45, appreciate the comments about the Tim Mack interview that we did. And everybody here that's been watching. 500 plus viewers here today. Don't forget the winner of this match will get to take on Matt McNeil, where he will bid to be a 2-time champion of the Fall Classic.
It's going to be interesting to see if Darren can figure out this pair. He struggled through his shadow balls. He did throw the last couple around the pocket. One of them did strike, but he seems to not be real comfortable with where he's playing them right now. Oh, unusual. Urethane solid 9-pin.
Yep, better shot.
Yes, much better.
The balls did respond really well off the end of the pattern here.
Yes, they did.
A lot of motion. Who do you like in this match, Joe?
Well, the better look for sure in shadow balls was Nate Stubler, but Darren seems to be taking advantage of some breaks here, so we'll see what happens. When Nate executed, though, on shadow balls, he had a pretty good look, so we'll see if he comes back here and makes some good shots.
I mean, this guy's been striking like crazy. He was the leader coming into today.
That was more like what he was doing in shadow balls, so we'll see.
Just to give everybody some perspective, Matt McNeil was 424 over. Nate Stubler was 397 over. Cameron Crowe was 214 over. Nick Heilman was 189 over, and Darren here was 163 over. So Stubler was 2.5 times as much through qualifying of total pins over compared to Darren. About as good as you can throw it right there.
Yeah, those 2 shots were money. I always found it a little interesting. Nate Stubler has similar footwork to a 2-hander, but he throws it with 1 hand. Have you noticed that? He takes that little hop step or skip step in there than most 2-handers have, but he generates a lot of speed and power with that. That was a great shot.
How old is Darren? I'm sure somebody can tell us in the chat. I know we got a lot of Darren fans in here. You know, I'm interested.
Oh, we blacked out.
This guy could be really good. I mean, we could be looking at a future PBA champion here.
He is very smooth, and he gets a lot of power on the ball without a lot of effort. That's what I always look for in a young bowler. If they can do that, sky's the limit.
Hey, this break in the action gives us an opportunity to do a little promo here.
There you go.
Just to let everybody know,
I like that.
This is the Ebonite Fall Classic. Ebonite, sponsor of the Greater Iowa Bowling Association. And Ebonite has teamed up with us here at Inside Bowling and at Backstage Bowling, our new coaching product. If you sign up for Backstage Bowling anytime this weekend through the end of the day today, and you sign up for an annual or 2-year membership, you can still cancel with your 7-day free trial, but if you sign up for one of those 2 packages, you can also save $20 off with coupon code SAVE20. You will be entered in to win an Ebonite Arrow, their latest new HP performance ball you should definitely check out and consider to add to your bag. Courtesy of the folks at Ebonite and us at Backstage Bowling, tied in here with today's event. Joe was the first person to sign up, as I mentioned, for Backstage Bowling. We certainly appreciate that, Joe, and it's been a great ride so far, just 7 weeks into the program.
Yeah, I think you guys have a concept here that's very, very bowler friendly. You know, I get a kick out of a lot of the sharing of the posts and the information. You have bowlers that are probably in the 150, 160 average category that are looking for coaching help, and then you have bowlers that are averaging 230 or better on the house shot, looking for insight on how to better play the transition, on what ball maybe would work a little better than what they choose on the house shot. Just a lot of information being shared in that. Over that 7 weeks, it's been amazing to me at all the various concepts that have been thrown out there. You know, Mike Shady on his Monday nights with his mental approach to the game. And
Mental Mondays with Matt Farber and Mike Shady.
Yeah, that's just pretty cool stuff. And you know, they don't really talk always about bowling, but it's really about what goes on between your ears when the pressure's on, or when something in life isn't going exactly the way you want it to, or on the bowling lanes, how to deal with that better. And that kind of information, especially for younger players, is huge, just huge.
There's a lot of coaches in there, too, that can take some of the teachings and apply it to when they coach others, like high school teams and stuff like that, too. Back on it here.
Oh, what a great shot.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I sent out one little message to my Greater Iowa group, and I'll be doing that again in the future. I just believe that there's value there for the price that's being charged for a bowler of any caliber to pick up some really great tips and tricks, and there's a lot of sharing goes on between the bowlers on that site as well. So
it's a very positive community. Yep. And we've got. You know, when we were dreaming this thing up, you know, we could have just done Shady, right?
Oh, look out.
Oh, got it. We could have just done Shady, but we decided we wanted to expand the group and give people, you know, extra value. And then if someone's busy, you know, bowl in the PWBA tour perhaps, or the collegiate
Right.
season, or Shady's busy coaching, or Jazz is set up at nationals doing coaching. We wanted to have enough variety of people that are on call and available to help people on a day-to-day basis. So
Yeah, and you know, I think adding Shannon O'Keefe into the group was huge because you have a number of female members now, a good number of them. And there's a lot of respect there, obviously, for Shannon's ability, and her insight is different. She has probably the strongest practice ethic of any bowler I've seen in
Ever.
a long time, maybe
Yeah.
ever. Yeah, and she's got tons of drills she shares and physical workout regimens and things like that. And boy, it's there's a lot of info being shared out there for the price that's being charged.
Three-time coach of the year too.
Yeah, she is awesome.
Nate Stubler looking for a 4-bagger here on 21.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
interesting stuff going on today.
And Darren Bloomquist is just drinking out of his Gatorade bottle. Just taking a sip.
Just saying, somebody hand me another break.
Jeff Armstead, thanks, man. Well, Mr. Darren Bloomquist has been handed another lifeline from Regis. God rest his soul. I guess it'd be Jimmy Kimmel now.
Yeah. Darren's now up by 9 pins.
It's a bit further right now.
Yeah. Looks like he squared up just a little bit, trying to keep the ball from pushing too long. And still pushed too much. Oh, he almost rolled the 2 again.
He's almost safe bowling.
Yeah, I like that comment, that thought. Trying to just stay off the nose and make you spares.
Semi-final match, 90 in the 5th for Stubler. With a strike up here on the next ball, it would be 98 in the 5th.
Nope, 8-pin lead right now.
Oh man, I thought he was going to get it to fall
was
forward.
Close. Yeah, it was close.
All right, back-to-back 2-pin, 7-pin match halfway through the game. I expect Nate Stubler to go up here now and just bury a couple shots.
I would be surprised if he doesn't.
I mean, that's what
he does.
That's what he's been doing the entire
Yeah.
tournament. And to start with those 2 opens in there with a triple in the middle, that's not like him. They answered me in the chat earlier. They let me know that Darren was 20 years old. Can't imagine Nate's too much older than that.
No, that'd be close. Oh, my.
All right, saws it down. Again, Stubler's pretty much been dominant over this tournament. If Matt McNeil doesn't bowl, you know, he leads by 170 pins, but he was finished 30 behind Matt McNeil. You know who would have crushed him here? Prior champion, Michael Martell.
Yeah, you're right.
Michael Martell would have crushed him here.
Yeah, you would have liked this.
We'd still be here another hour and a half.
Yeah,
in the Stepladder, but
yeah, we'd be in the 5-6 match. No, because he would have finished higher than that in the qualifying.
yeah, that's true. He'd have been one of these guys.
But we might have still been bowling at 3 in the morning last night. No, Michael, I'm just making fun.
I love Michael. He knows I give him a hard time.
Oh
about
yeah, I do too.
that. Yeah. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna say this now. I think it's Darren Bloomquist's day because I just couldn't imagine him carrying what he did in the last game against the lefty, all that power of Cameron Crowe and getting through. And I'm just seeing what's happening here from Stubler. Stubler is just letting him lurk and hang around in this match, like a scene from Rounders or something. Check, 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 hang around all night long. I mean, that's what Stubler's doing. He keeps checking the pots instead of going after it and betting some money here. Oh, my goodness gracious. This is shaping up to be Darren's day. It just is. Yeah.
The only thing he's got to be careful of with that light pocket he's done the last couple times is that 10 standing with the dude.
He got a little extra on that one.
The same. Now, what did I just say?
Got around it.
Yeah. That's what, I mean, it's so easy to do that this weekend.
I wonder what made him throw the resin ball against Clay.
I don't know. I wonder.
And what would make him
switch back?
Yeah.
Because he bowled a good game in that match with Clay. He had a nice score.
Yeah, I just wonder, like, was it because the lanes were tighter? He needed resin, and like, is this pair like the pair when he made the right call?
Yeah,
I don't know, but
strange.
Well,
that makes the count a lot closer too.
Yeah, Stubler takes the lead
by 8 pins. So yeah, wow, quite the match here.
I just don't know how Stubler's not just running away with this.
I agree. Yeah, it just seems like Darren's ball is pushing just a little further on this pair, and that was a recipe for 2-8-10.
Riggs is in here, and
no way.
And he said I really catted Darren with that comment.
Really?
Oh yeah, I said it was his day, and everything was the stars were aligning, and then he's a big old split.
Just like you picked up the camera and we're gonna snap that.
That's right.
Oh, that's light too. Same thing again. He just has no room right with that urethane ball in this pair. That's kind of what I was seeing when he was shadow balling, was if he squared up a little bit, it wanted to check and go high, but then as soon as he gave room, it was this kind of reaction.
He's got about a 20% chance of making this, in my opinion. I put him 20%.
Yeah. I'd give him a little better than that. No, he's not going to get. Oh, nope.
All right, so a max score of 191 now. 220 max score for Stubler.
A couple strikes here.
Yeah, come on, Nate. Just finish this. Just put him out of his misery.
Wow. Pretty harsh there, buddy.
I mean, come on. I mean, this is the semifinal match. 205 entries. This guy's been dominant.
Oh, he yanked it. Ooh, high flush.
And he's out here just messing around.
Yeah. You think he's not even trying,
He's
right?
just messing around with him. He's just screwing with them a little bit here.
Here, I'm going to make it look like you got a chance.
This guy was 397 over for 13 games.
Oh, man. 230 average. And Wow.
I mean, you know what can happen here. If he doesn't strike here, and he goes 9 spare, Darren can strike out and win.
Yeah, he can.
191 to 190.
Darren can't shut him out.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. But now he's got this difficult spare.
This is not an easy spare. I actually
Jeez.
shot this spare with my plastic ball this weekend, and I picked it up like 5 times. And I never shoot with the sleeper in the back. That spare with a plastic ball, but they were hooking so much in the middle. It was the only way I could get the ball where I needed it. You got it. That's
Okay.
big spare.
All right.
Now.
So this guy's averaging 230, can bowl 2-0. And he might need to double in the 10th frame.
He might. Although Darren,
Yeah, what does Darren do here, right? I mean,
well, he's going to have to move right low with his feet. I don't think he can take a chance on.
is that the right move, or is it 1 and 1 left, closer to the head pin, 2 and 2 left? Is it just pull out his IQ Emerald and move in?
You know, he's throwing the same ball. I think it's a year thing.
Yeah,
anyway.
it is. Same one. If he
there
two pins again, I'm walking out of here.
There are 3 of them down. Oh, that's going Brooklyn. Going away. Yeah, see, that's the problem squaring up. It just goes left immediately. Yeah. I don't know if that was the same urethane. There's 3 of them down there on the rack, so.
Yeah, there are.
I'm not sure if he switched to the other one or if that's his other one. The way it's looking, he probably would have been better off throwing that IQ Emerald on this spare. A good spare, but
Yeah, I think John Mobile in the chat has the best quote here. You take it. No, you take it.
yeah, that's what's going on here. Yeah, he can still, if he could double in the 10th, he can force Nate to mark. There's just
Okay.
hook left, hang right.
I find this to be appropriate.
Yeah.
It's time to just finish him.
I think it's pretty much over now.
We actually had this graphic queued up for Rash because he was bouncing all over the screen earlier with all these animations yesterday, and he was wearing the black mask, and we thought he'd be wearing yellow today, the Wichita colors.
Good spare, but I don't think it's going to matter.
I love this kid's game. He's awesome.
Oh, yeah, he throws it so good. Yeah.
He's going to finish third, though, and receive $1,700.
Yes, he is. Let's better not make out the check yet. That's the one.
There you go. There's how you do it.
Ooh, he's switching to a different ball. Oh, my. Well, you got enough. He's at 170 already, so.
I don't even know what to say about this championship match coming up. Matt McNeil versus Nate Stubler, the 2 guys that have ran away and hid from everyone. I don't know. fortunate to walk away with a win in that match,
Yes, he was.
Mr. Stubler. Irish Pogie says this match reminds me of the Handegard versus Stuss match from Battle Creek 1991. That's going back a ways.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so Nate Stubler is going to win. He has won. And we're going to have a title match between two lefties throwing urethane, Matt McNeil and Nate Stubler. And as Jeff Riggle said in the chat, McNeil looks like a raisin compared to these other guys in the.
Yeah, that's what he said when he was on the pair today with the lefties. He says, "Man, I feel like an old man here."
When we come back, we'll have a championship match here on Inside Bowling. Yeah, we got some open play in here now. Joe, I'm going to do a pretty thorough intro here since I'm going to probably clip this out as its own separate YouTube thing. I'll thank the sponsors and everybody on this one. So I'll introduce you here in a moment. Thanks everybody who's watching in the chat. Hopefully we got a great championship match here. This one will live on forever on the tubes. All right, welcome everyone to the 2020 Ebonite Fall Classic here from Waterloo, Iowa at Cadillac XBC. I'm Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling, and we'd like to thank you for watching the championship match between our tournament leader, Matt McNeil, who was 424 over, against Nate Stubler, who was 397 over. And these two guys ran away from the entire field this entire weekend, and they're both going to be throwing urethane, and Matt McNeil gets us started here on the left lane. And looks like he's through the face for a 4-7-8, which is unorthodox and something that I did not expect from McNeil. He used a pitch black the entire tournament, and it looks like he's using a little bit of a different urethane ball here. Looks like a new one here from Storm. We're glad you're watching here with us. This is the #1 and #2 seeds. Nate Stubler, we'll get a look at him here in just a moment. But we do want to, before we get too far along in the match, we want to thank our great sponsors for making this possible. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the stream and a great prize fund for these bowlers to bowl for. And McNeil just opens right out of the gate. We'll see how that bodes for him in the rest of the match. I want to thank Ebonite for being the title sponsor. I want to thank USA Mortgage, Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Budweiser brands, OP Restaurant on Ridgeway, Allen's Hunting and Fishing and Guide Service, the Hampton Inn, and of course a new sponsor as well this year, Quickstar. Thank you very much for the sponsorship. I am now joined here in the booth by Tournament Director Joe Engelkis, and an unorthodox open here, something uncharacteristic of Matt McNeil to start.
Yeah, it was unexpected, but it seems like every match we've been having the first guy up throw an open, leave an open frame. Crazy.
Very demanding oil pattern here this week that was created, almost 2-to-1 ratio. The lefties did fare a little bit better, at least the three that were the top three bowlers, Cameron Crowe, Nate Stubler, and Matt McNeil, but very demanding all weekend. 205 entries, Joe. Congratulations on such a great event.
Thanks, Mike. It was it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too.
And to make the cut after 7 games of qualifying was a score of -63.
That is correct.
So just goes to show really solid field, but yet a low score to make the cut to the cashers round today. Everybody that cashed averaged 191, I believe, was the score. Very low scoring. We're back to bowling here. Obviously, we've been dealing with the pandemic, but it's great to have this event going and happening, and very safely. A lot of bowlers, most wearing the masks, and when they get off the lanes, they're definitely wearing a mask at all times. So we're seeing more out of Stubler that we thought we would see in the prior match, as he did not bowl too well in the semifinal match, but he's bringing it all at Matt McNeil. You know, Nate Stubler was your leader coming into today, and after the 6 games in the cashers round with pinfall carrying over, Matt McNeil overtook him by 27 pins. Closest bowler to Stubler was Cameron Crowe, who was 183 pins behind. These two guys were the class of the field the entire weekend.
Oh, my. Oh. That was an adjustment from the first frame.
I am really shocked at this.
Yeah, I am too.
McNeil is a very play it safe, give you 220 here in the finals. He used the same ball the whole weekend, and he doesn't look like that for whatever reason.
No, typically he's a shot maker, and strong suit is repeating shots, and the first 2 on lane 19 were not very repetitive.
All right, so Nate Stubler in the driver's seat here. Matt McNeil with only 37 in the 3rd frame, and Stubler can open up with an opening triple.
Oh, jeez. Unflappable. That was quite the scream down there from the low end.
Sure was. Let's take a look at this shot again.
Great shot.
Take a look at Stubler's look. Arm out at the side. 10 back. Perfect shot. Opening triple. We do have open play that's come into the center. Obviously, bowling center is struggling these days without being able to open for some time, and now back open. You got to definitely make sure that everybody can come out and enjoy the great sport of bowling. So about 8 lanes away, we do have a bit of a birthday celebration or something going on. So hopefully that won't distract the bowlers too much.
Well, no distraction there.
No, he'd probably put some more at ease.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of ambient noise is not a bad thing. It's that surprise.
It is.
That gets a guy.
All right, so here's McNeil. Struck on this lane the last time.
That's pretty close.
Crossing about the 4th board.
Yeah, that was more like his shadow balls were looking.
Take a look at that one more time. Matt McNeil style, classic style. You know, I was also talking about during qualifying that, you know, Matt McNeil's an unbelievable bowler during live streams. I mean, this guy went to the Open Championships, won an eagle, and then they live stream him the next year and say, we're going to promote Matt McNeil being on the live stream. He bowls 800. Yeah, shoots 800.
Right.
He won the 11thframe.com Open, our inaugural year of doing it on a live stream.
Right.
He's been the high qualifier multiple times on Inside Bowling streams. He's also won the IB Open, and now he's our #1 seed here today. Bowls really good on the stream.
Oh, no. Did it again on that lane. He just doesn't feel comfortable for some reason on that lane. You know, he struck his first 2 shadow balls on that lane, threw them really good. His last one did just what that one did. Kind of red early, went high, and it looks like he's just not real comfortable on that lane for some reason.
Yeah, this one could be over in a hurry.
Yes, good. Very surprising.
Remember, we did see the match with Clay Reese where he threw the last 7 strikes
Yes.
and made him have to show up. So, I mean,
Yes.
it's far from over here.
Yep. it's still early enough. Still possible 227 out there for Matt McNeil.
Is that going to hook?
Yep,
it did.
just enough.
A little bit left to target,
Yes,
but
it was. Yes,
got the
it
right rotation on it.
Mm-hmm.
John in the chat, Irish Pogie, makes a really good comment here. Says, now I know why Matt chose to finish on the right lane.
Yes. Yes. I'm sure that was a product of that last shadow ball he threw that checked up early on him.
Nate Stuber looking for an opening 6-pack.
No, that was too far out. Just a little bit to the left.
Just a reminder, everybody, this is the 18th edition of the major tournaments that Joe and the Greater Iowa Bowling Association run. If you want to find out more information about all the events that they run, go over to giba-bowling.com, a plethora of information there, and you can find out when the next tournament like this is coming up, and you can sign up in advance and come up and participate yourself.
Nice cover.
It's the right way to do it.
Yes, it is.
Let the ball hit the pins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a chink in the armor here.
Yep.
He's not a machine. He's not all strikes all the time. We'll see if Rocky Balboa here can get back in the match.
Definitely been down a couple times already. That's close.
He loves the right lane. Walked
Yes,
it out.
He does.
Now, what's the move on the left lane?
Well, I think he just has to execute better. He hasn't. He pitched one out, and the other two he got going right a little bit too soon. So
he still doesn't know what he's going to do because he just picked up the blue ball, which is a newer urethane ball. I think it's called the fast pitch. I think
could be.
But he's got the pitch black in his hand now. So here we go. A little bit slower.
Slower with more hook.
Yep. He moved in a little bit.
Yep.
So it's better. Still not exactly what he was looking for, but the result on the scoreboard is exactly what he was looking for.
Yes, it was. He does have the count going for him. They're even on count, so there's room for him to still put some pressure on.
Yeah, down 50.
Just about going to be forced for Matt to strike out, though.
Peel.
Oh, just a touch late. Just a touch. Great shot, though.
I wasn't sure if it was going to come off the spot or not, but it certainly did.
Yep.
Folks here at Cadillac XBC have been improving the center. They got new scoreboards in. They've got some new Formica countertops, a new redone small bar over there. New internet.
Yep.
Tragic story, Maple Lanes was set on fire. The other bowling center that the family that owns this bowling center also owns, and they are rebuilding it from the ground up, and they got some new plans. And you think we'll have a tournament in 2021 there?
That'll be interesting. They're only going to have 28 lanes now.
Okay.
They're putting in their bar, restaurant area, they're putting in 4 short duck pin lanes.
Okay.
So 28 lanes would limit the number of entries we could have. However, preliminary discussion we talked about what would happen if we had qualifying at here
And move it over there.
and move the Sunday over there. But then we have this guy that comes in and does our live stream. I'm not sure he wants to move all his stuff.
Oh, well, that's easy. You
Oh,
just
no.
go to 6-game qualifiers instead of 7.
Well, we may
then-
be forced to do that anyway.
And then I would move over there. I would be able to have the time to go over and set up.
Yeah, that's true. We, yeah, we're going to have some discussion about that qualifying stuff because we did everything we could by moving up the start time, by allowing a little bit more time between squads in order to hopefully get closer to running on time. And C squad started an hour late yesterday still. So
It was the pattern. It was how hard they were.
that's a lot of it. There's a lot of 2-ball frames being thrown.
Yep.
The other part of that comes from, oh my,
Man, on the right lane.
Good lane. Part of that comes too from the fact that when you put flatter patterns down, it takes longer to apply the oil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what normally would be about an hour's worth of time to dress the 36 lanes here turned in an hour and 20, 30 minutes.
Mhm,
So that's the other thing you have to keep in mind, I guess. And one of my pet peeves is not being on time. And I just, I hate making the guys wait.
Well, Joe,
And this thing
I
is
hated that
over.
this thing was not a closer match.
I did too. That's going to be, there's an out of range and a scoring error.
Oh, Matt just picks it up, no problem at all.
You get 7 spare.
That was a nice pickup. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at
Yeah,
this.
that's pretty cool. He picked up that non-split spare there.
Yeah.
It gave him 8 instead of 7 because the 10 slid over so far. It was a great shot. Unfortunately, it's not gonna matter.
Max score 193 for McNeil.
192 actually.
Oh yeah, 192. Yeah.
That's a good shot. Oh,
Wow, and then a 6-8 right there.
still got enough.
Yeah, if Matt would have doubled there.
Yeah, Matt was pretty much forced to strike out. 8th, 9th, and 10th.
So congratulations to Nate Stubler on a victory here today. He's going to receive $3,000 for his efforts. $2,300 goes to McNeil for second. And I put it to the crowd last night. Would you rather take Sean Rash and Matt McNeil or the field? And to those of you that said I would take the field, you win.
What was the odds?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
huh?
I had a lot of people in a conundrum.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
Well, I was.
Yeah, that was a
I
tough
was.
one.
I was.
But Matt McNeil is an awesome bowler, and he has supported these events since the very beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he's a great ambassador for Storm, and he works in the industry, and he gives back to the industry. And even though he didn't bowl good in this match right here, it doesn't mean really much of anything compared to what this man is. So congratulations to Matt on a great tournament again. Just got snake bit here in the final after 3 hours of sitting and just not a good game plan here or execution. All right, double in a 10th here. You can bowl 232. That's about his average for the event. I will interview Nate Stubler after the match. We're going to socially distance this thing, and I'm going to ask him a couple of questions before we get out of here. Really impressed with his game. He led all day yesterday. McNeil got by him by about 30 pins, had to win 2 matches today, and showed up in the final and threw 230. So congratulations to Nate Stubler on an awesome tournament.
Yep, very good bowling.
All right, when I come back, I'll interview Nate. We'll talk to him a little bit, and then we'll get out of here. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I can actually be in it too. All right, so I've set up a camera here. All right, everybody, I'm here with Nate Stubler, our champion, and we're socially distanced here so we can do this interview. Congratulations, Nate, on this tournament. You ran away with the field yesterday. You were bowling awesome yesterday, and then today Matt took you down. You two were the class of the field. What was it like to bowl against Matt?
It was definitely a great experience. He's a true class act, and especially getting to bowl with him was a really awesome experience. I mean, watching him bowl on TV before and everything, and kind of knowing about his accolades and everything, like watching him bowl, like it was really cool to get to see that in person and everything. And he's a great guy to talk to and everything too. So it was very nice to get to pair with him throughout the day.
Yeah, you two got to bowl with each other along with Cameron Crowe. You three were kind of the class of the field. Do you feel like you had an advantage at this event based off the way the oil pattern was?
A slight advantage, yes. In terms of the ratio and all, absolutely yes. But I mean, the thing was too, though, like definitely. I mean, we even saw it throughout the practice session and all. I mean, left side, right side, like urethane was the play throughout the whole tournament. Even being a higher mill and a longer pattern consideration. Definitely urethane on both sides looked great, and you can see a lot of the field that bowled well today, and yesterday and as well. Like a lot of them were throwing urethane and stuff that wasn't gonna, it was gonna control the mids, and it wasn't gonna completely overhook on them.
What happened in the semifinal match? Not the game you were looking for there.
Definitely in the semifinal match, that was probably the tightest pair that I hit throughout the day. Definitely on the right lane, I knew that I wanted my misses to be in because we had bowled on that pair prior, and definitely keep my misses in. We're going to help me control the pocket a lot better rather than missing left. But on the left lane, though, definitely it was a very, you had to catch it right, and the two times I did catch it right, I thought both shots were great, and one of them was a Greek church, and then the other one was a plaque 7. So, I mean, at that point, I was just trying to do a little bit with hand position, just get the ball to turn over a little bit sooner and later when I needed.
To people that don't know you, a little bit of background on you. Tell everybody your age and kind of where you're at in your bowling career.
So I'm 21 years old. I'm currently at St. Ambrose University. I plan on attending St. Ambrose next year as well for my master's. So I do plan on bowling next year rather than this coming season if we do have a collegiate season. So hopefully I'll be back for one more year.
And how long you been bowling?
Since I was 2 years old, actually. So.
Okay. I hear you've been dominating tournaments over the summer here whenever you've been able to get out and do a little bit of bowling. You think you're taking your game to the next level? Is this your biggest win of all time?
It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there on my list of accolades and everything. It's great to be out here, and it's really great to bowl with a lot of great competitors today, and I very much enjoyed this tournament. It was a tough field, absolutely, and once again, I'm very thankful for it. So it was a great time.
Do you plan on maybe taking the professional tour one day?
Definitely. Right now, my main goal is to get through school and try to work on being a weekend warrior out here. But definitely just trying to get through school currently, and then weigh my options after that. So.
Are you bowling team trials in January?
Definitely planning on bowling team trials in January.
You got to sign up. You know that.
Yes, I did sign up actually.
Oh, you did?
Night,
okay.
So,
okay.
On the wait list, but hopefully it's still early enough. So.
All right, buddy. Well, the last thing for you, is there anybody you have to thank? Anybody you'd like to thank?
I definitely want to thank my teammates, for coming out and watching and staying throughout the entire day and supporting and everything. And Mom and Dad back home weren't able to make it during this, but, I want to give them a special thank you as well. And all my friends and family at home that have been keeping up on social media, watching live stream and everything, thank you to you guys. Huge shout out to Brunswick and Hammer for sponsoring me and giving me the opportunity to throw their great products. The purples looked great all day. The web also looked good for a good time being as well. So, and yeah. So thank you, and thank you, Mike Flanagan, as well, for doing all that you do for us. So
Yeah, sure. No problem at all, man. Well, it was an absolute pleasure watching you bowl. I'm going to take us off the air together, so just stay looking into the camera there.
sounds good.
We appreciate everybody watching today and watching Nate here destroy the lanes and win the tournament. Thanks to everybody that participated in our chat all weekend, and thanks to Joe and everybody here at Cadillac Lanes for sure. We'll be back with another broadcast here coming up in the near future. Stay subscribed to the YouTube channel, and also check out our instructional videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. It'll help you bowl better, and make sure you check out Backstage Bowling as well. So for all of us here at Cadillac XPC, for Nate, our champion, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you, guys.